No. What do I say in the beginning? Well, hello everybody. I'm back. And today I have a very special guest. This is Sue of Sculpted Onyx, another Coven member. I will link her channel below. And today, watch out, we got something for you. So today, I think is a day we need to just like express ourselves.
Absolutely.
Is that
There's a lot of stuff
the point of this video?
Yeah. Because in the salon, we have to be very professional. We have to, have our game face on and stuff, but I don't think this is the time and place for that. We definitely are going to let loose a little bit today, for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and it's necessary. It's very needed
Yeah.
because we've been going through it, people.
Yeah, and we need to know we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
I think other
and you're
people,
not the only
exactly.
ones.
Yeah.
We live in California, right? And so with all the coronavirus stuff and all these different lockdowns, we've been shut down and opened up 3 times already within the year.
Less than a year.
It's been less than a year. Oh,
like
it's
10 months.
it's not even a year yet
Yeah.
because we haven't even hit the
March. It was March, into March, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Imagine how frustrating that is to be told, oh, you're not essential, and they're like, okay, you can open up now. No, just kidding. You're going to close down again. And I was like, no, you can open up.
And you have to invest a bunch of money.
Invest a lot of money.
To open up for 2 weeks.
And, my God.
Before we close you down again.
I forgot about that. I think I've been repressing a lot of memories from last year. Yeah. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
So, okay. 3 times we were shut down and allowed to reopen.
Yes.
I think I calculated we were closed, and it's going to be a little bit different for everybody because nails were closed longer than hair.
And
plus
nails,
it depends.
Nails and skincare.
Right. Yeah. And then you had to get ready to, you had to meet the new guidelines. So that took time. So how many days everyone was closed is a little different.
Yeah.
So we were closed 188 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You didn't know that? You didn't realize that?
I didn't realize that. I mean, during that time, because, again, being told you're not important kind of mentally messes you up. And so I think I was just, like, going through the motions for a lot of that time when we were closed down and dealing with a lot of depression and a lot of anxiety during that time. And I was also just scared, too, because I'm like, the news is making it seem like, oh, my God, we're all going to die, if you go outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, holy crap, like, I'm self-employed. We don't have unemployment benefits and stuff like that. Like, how the hell are we supposed to make this work? And then,
how it made you feel about being called non-essential? How did that make you feel?
I have never felt so disrespected in my entire life.
A little worthless.
I was like, that's the word y'all want to use for this situation? And then it's like, it creates this like divide amongst people where it's like, oh, well, my job's more important than your job.
Right.
But it's like...
You know what I want to know? How did Newsom come to the decision on whose livelihoods were more valuable than someone else's?
I'm still waiting for the answer to that question
we won't get it.
I mean, I try not to think about it because I'm going to give myself a migraine. How do you want a person decide what other person is allowed to live, like, basically?
Right.
Like, so that was crazy. That was a huge smack in the face.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. Because I know my job is my life. Like, I don't have any kids, and that my business is my baby. It was a very tough decision to make the decision to become self-employed, because that's super scary. Going from being an employee to just taking this huge leap and doing everything on your own. It's an amazing feeling, like once you do it, but to get into it is very, very scary. Yeah. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Everything. It's worth everything. So it's just like, for me to put 100% of myself into this business that's, making me money, I'm able to, pretty much live a better life for myself, build this better life for myself, like, on my own, and then being told, like, no,
it's not yours, really. No. Because if they can take it from you, is it really yours?
Yeah.
Right. I know.
So, and it's like, I'm doing things legally here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pay my taxes and things like that. Like, I do everything right that I'm supposed to be doing, and it's like, oh, well, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And it's like,
Plus, it's like, what is essential? I mean, that's kind of a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
Everyone's business is essential to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's essential to us.
To the business owner,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure, because that's what feeds us.
Yeah.
But even to our clients. We have clients that, they're of a certain age. They can't reach their feet. Mm-hmm. And they can't just let their toes grow. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
But I feel like we shouldn't even have to defend ourselves when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to defend myself and say, no, I'm essential because of this, and
that.
Right. No, I'm a small business owner. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
So I'm essential.
There you go.
And what I do for work is essential.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And I don't believe anyone has the right to tell you otherwise.
Uh-huh. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. that one right there.
In the face. Totally.
Punch, kick, fucking drop kick,
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to cope with that for a very long time and like learn how to cope with being considered like that word. You know what I mean? That term and stuff like that. Because again, I did feel like I had to do a lot of like defending myself. Like I should be open because, what I do is important to people. But again, you shouldn't have to do that. So
yeah.
But
and so how are you feeling now? Like we're allowed to be open.
Yeah,
we're open.
As of now we're allowed to be open.
Yeah. But I know for me, like I have this thing in the back of my head that is like, oh my God, like I should be ready to
Absolutely.
be shut down at any time. Don't spend any money. Don't invest any money in my business because it could be taken from me.
Yeah. Right now, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about everything. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, it's like you have to be prepared for that email or that news, the newscast coming out saying like, oh, we're all going to be locked down again. So I'm trying my best to be optimistic but not naive. Mm-hmm. And I'm also trying my best to be realistic but not pessimistic.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Totally.
So I at the end of the day, I am trying to save more and not invest too much in certain things right now when it comes to the business, unfortunately, even though I really want to.
Right.
Just in case.
I know.
I feel a bit more optimistic about everything because of the vaccine is going around, so I feel like people feel more comfortable and things like that. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we don't have to worry about another lockdown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle a fourth one.
Oh, we made it through 3.
I know, but I barely made it through 3.
I know. So then, what do you think of the relief package?
Is that what you want to call it? Is that what that is? I had no idea.
That's what it's called.
Really?
I'll read you the email.
I think we have 2 definitions.
Okay, I know, of relief. Okay, this is the email from the California State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology, which regulates our industry. Okay, it says, good morning. Oh, they're so sweet. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom signed an economic relief package for businesses that were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The package includes waiving renewal fees for licensees of the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology. Renewal fees due in 2021 and 2022 for all BBC personal licenses and establishment licenses will be waived. Licenses that were renewed in 2021 prior to the fee waiver will be issued a license at no cost at the next renewal cycle. If you're a licensee and have questions, blah, 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 sincerely, the State Board. So, how much does it cost?
Hold on. So first of all, I've already paid mine, okay?
Yeah,
I paid mine in 2020.
Yeah, same.
So I was like, great, I'll just wait till 20. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I believe I paid my renewal fee like right before the lockdown.
Yeah, mine too.
Right before the second lockdown, right? Or before the first one?
It was like, for me, it was in between.
Yeah, so it was because our lockdown happened in March 2020. Mm-hmm. My renewal was in June 2020.
Okay.
So it was after the first lockdown, but damn near right before the second lockdown, which we didn't know about yet.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta renew it, and then say, oh no, you're locked down again, so you can't go to work. And it's like,
and how much does it cost you to renew those fees?
For a nail tech? For a nail tech, I think it's about $50. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's $50 for any personal license. It's $50 for the establishment license. Yeah. And you only pay it every 2 years. So it's more or less like $25 a year. Yeah. So, big whopping $25.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
For being closed 188 days. We were not allowed to make money. And yes, we were eligible for unemployment.
After a while.
Took a while.
It took a long time.
Yes.
And very, very long time.
Very long time. They did allow us to get unemployment.
Okay, yeah.
But do you feel that the unemployment was sufficient for the money you lost?
The amount that they gave me weekly for unemployment wasn't the amount I would probably make in a day of work.
Right.
In one day. Yeah. I would get that amount for a 2-week period.
Right.
So, in short, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And you still had to pay your bills.
Of course. The bills don't stop.
Right.
The bills don't go into lockdown.
Right.
The earth keeps spinning, girl. And every month, bi-weekly, depending on what the bill is, still popped up out of my bank account.
Yeah.
So, that was fun to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you can relate with things like that. Probably even still struggling to get the unemployment now.
Oh yeah,
There are still a lot of people that either haven't received it, or there was a point where it paused.
Yeah,
it just stopped because there's so much fraud going on. Is what they say, but who really knows?
So I think just the point in us talking about this, I just feel like maybe a lot of people who are considered essential. Okay, so I have to tell you this story. Okay. Person, if they see this, is gonna be mad, but it's very much a good example, the mentality. So on Facebook, my husband posted something about the recall Gavin stuff.
Okay.
Someone he was friends with told him to stop complaining, to go and get a job at Target if you have to, where you're more likely to be exposed to the virus.
Last time I checked.
Instead of my own business where I can control who's coming in and out when things are disinfected.
Who also has a license to...
Yes, okay. So he says that, and then he says, or you could even start a GoFundMe. And I was just like, yeah, thanks. He was like, I'll contribute. I was like, you can keep your charity money. Your suggestion to me as how to respond to the government closing down my business was to go virtually panhandle, is what I felt. I just feel like people need to know not just the financial issues this has posed for people in our industry and people in industries that have also been closed down, like the restaurant business.
Oh my God, the poor restaurant.
But the mental stress, anxiety, depression, anguish.
That cannot.
To me, that was the hardest part. Yeah. And I feel people need to understand so that when people get emotional about stuff like the recall, stuff like that, you got to be able to understand that.
This is why I don't like the word essential versus non-essential.
Right.
Because again, it creates that divide amongst people where they think that there's this that we're different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not. We're all essential. We've always
we all contribute to the economy
in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. I don't know if sometimes I'm like, did they kind of create this agenda to kind of have people go at it and go against each other versus everybody working together and coming together during this super difficult time. So
it's a little hard. It's heartbreaking.
Very.
From so many aspects. So I don't know. Going forward, what do you do?
Going forward, you just have to do it. I'm so sorry. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't sound like good advice, but the way that I'm making it through each and every day right now is okay. I'm allowed to be open today, so I'm gonna go to work today. I'm gonna do my thing, and then hopefully I get to do it again tomorrow. Yeah. And I get to do it again the next day. Yeah. And the next week. In the next month and several years after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it kind of, it's going to sound cheesy, we kind of have to live in this moment and do what we can right now because we don't know what's going to happen. I'm again, trying to be as optimistic as possible and not too naive, but I'm I'm trying to put the what is it called, like manifest that everything's gonna work out this time. And so to this day, I have my schedule set up. I have my books open for like the rest of the year, so people can book whenever and stuff like that, because I'm not going to manifest anything negative. So I'm not gonna let me just close my books on this for this month because we don't know. No, everything's gonna be open. Everyone is welcome to book and things like that. I'm planning ahead. I'm still planning ahead for like my YouTube channel, work, events and all these things. I'm still gonna plan ahead, because even though I don't know, I'm just gonna manifest that everything is gonna work out, and we are gonna stay open permanently this time, and things will start to get back to the old normal that we're used to.
Old normal.
Thank
you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me
here. Talking it out.
That's nice to just like get it out there.
One thing that has positive that came from this is like, who your like ride or die people are now in this industry, and who
for
is
sure
not.
Because there's a lot of judgment. I mean, we can say, I think this topic will be for another video, but there was a lot of judgment from people in our own industry. I'm nails, she's skin and nails. A lot of people, again, we're all the same industry. It's all the beauty industry. Right? We our tests are damn near pretty much the same, except for when it comes to the technique of what you're doing. Right. Everything else is, the safety, sanitation, client safety, all that stuff. And so for some people in our industry to like turn their backs on other people, and to like go at other people, like go at their throats and things like that, and judge them and talk down to them and things like that, that was a whole other like mental freaking issue that I had to deal with, that I never thought I would have to deal with ever.
Same.
It's because to me, like, we're all in this together. We all know what the struggles are. We all know what it's like. And again, when it comes to that essential, non-essential thing, just turns so many people against each other when it didn't have to be that way. But I think things are definitely turning around. I'll just leave it on positive note. Things are definitely turning around now, and I think a lot of people in the beginning of the lockdown have like kind of switched their perspective after the other two lockdowns. So then they're like, okay, this is getting out of hand. So
definitely,
I think there's definitely more unity now.
Yes. I agree.
So
thank you for joining me again this week, and make sure and check out @Sculpted Onyx. I will link her channel below. She does some amazing tutorials, so you have got to go and check it out. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.